There's a place in Natchez, Mississippi that most history books never mention. A place where the land still holds bones. A place that some call Devil's Punchbowl. And what it really was an American concentration camp. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most horrific hidden chapters of U.S. history and what it tells us about race, erasure, and power in America. After the Civil War ended in 1865, over 4 million Black people were freed from slavery. But freedom didn't come with land, money, or protection. It came with the clothes on their backs and a long road north. Tens of thousands of newly freed Black men, women, and children passed through Natchez, Mississippi, hoping to start a new life. But what they found there wasn't refuge, it was a trap. According to Adams County records, the Black population in Natchez ballooned from about 10,000 to over 120,000 practically overnight. The local population, many of whom had once enslaved them, were furious. So they called on Union troops still stationed there to fix the problem. And the solution they came up with was Devil's Punch Bowl. Devil's Punch Bowl is a natural ravine, steep cliffs, tree-covered walls, and a two-pronged pit at its base. The Union Army used the terrain to build a walled encampment where they forcibly imprisoned newly freed Black Americans. These weren't Confederate troops. These were the so-called victors of the war. The same troops who had fought to end slavery were now trapping freed people without food, water, or shelter. Men were marched out daily for forced labor, building roads, repairing structures, and supporting infrastructure that benefited the very systems that had enslaved them. Women and children, they weren't allowed to leave. They were packaged into three camps and left to die. Historian Don Eats reported that Union troops refused to remove the dead. They gave them shovels and said, bury them where they drop. The result? Over 20,000 Black lives were lost in just a few years to disease, to starvation, to neglect. And still, we were taught none of this. Today, Devil's Punch Bowl is overgrown and quiet. Occasional Mississippi River floods still expose skeletal remains. And though the land is lush, especially with peach trees, locals don't touch the fruit because they know what nourished it. It is said the peaches grow sweet there, but no one eats them because you can't taste something born of mass death without choking on the truth. What happened at Devil's Punch Bowl isn't an isolated atrocity, it's part of a pattern. America has long erased the violence done to Black people in the name of order or progress. We are overrepresented in prisons, underrepresented in textbooks, and constantly asked to prove we belong in a system that was never designed for us. Even after slavery ended, we were hunted, lynched, denied housing, barred from voting, silenced. Billie Holiday sang about strange fruit hanging from the poplar trees. Devil's Punch Bowl was one of the orchards. This wasn't about punishment, it was about erasure, a slow, systematic form of genocide. And the reason it was hidden was because acknowledging it forces this country to face a legacy it has never reconciled. Each life lost in Devil's Punch Bowl was a story unfinished. Children never born, books never written, inventions never created, paintings never painted. Cures never discovered, songs never sung. This wasn't just death, it was the deliberate silencing of Black futures. So, what do we do with this truth? We speak it, we share it, we honor those lives by making sure their stories aren't buried again. America will never be whole until it tells the whole truth. And Devil's Punch Bowl is part of that truth, not for shock, not for shame, but for justice. Because until we reckon with the ground we walk on, we'll never grow anything from it but more of the same. If you didn't know the story, now you do. If it moved you, share it. And if you're ready to learn more, join me on Substack and TikTok for deeper dives into Black history that was never meant to be forgotten. My link tree is in my bio to follow me on all socials. Stay informed and stay safe.